What is up, guys? This is Diego Terraza, and today I'm going to be talking about the difference between wholesaling and flipping, and why I think wholesaling is the best strategy right now. So stay to the end of the video and you'll see why.
What is up, YouTube? Matt McKeever here, and in today's video, Diego from my wholesaling team just sits down and breaks down for you guys exactly what is the difference between wholesaling and flipping, and how the two actually go nicely together as well if you're looking for maybe a more vertically integrated business. So if you guys enjoyed this video, smash the like button, hit subscribe, and let us know in the comment section if you've got any other questions about wholesaling or flipping. Diego would love to make more videos for you guys, so let us know in the comments what other videos you'd like to see, but let's jump into today's video.
What is up, guys? I'm Diego, and I'm taking over Matt's channel with 3 different videos about wholesaling. Now, Mar has already made a 4-video series about all the basics you need to know to wholesale, and he did an amazing job explaining everything there. So for my 3-video series, I wanted to mix it up a little bit, and on this first video, we're going to talk about why wholesaling is a great gig and why it might be even better than flipping properties. Okay, by this point, if you have been a loyal subscriber to Matt's channel, you should know what real estate wholesaling is. If you don't, I would deeply recommend you to go to cashflowtribe.com, subscribe, and get the best training in Canada's real estate investing. But as a refresher, a wholesaler's job is to facilitate investors to get off-market investment properties at a great price. So the wholesaler will reach out to sellers in a certain market, negotiate a price with the seller depending on the potential of the property, and then put it under contract. Then immediately the wholesaler will market the contract to a list of buyers and add the assignment fee for an exchange of the contract. This can be $5, $10, $25, $50, sometimes $100,000 if the deal makes sense. And just like that, you have become a successful real estate investor without ever putting your own money or credit for the property. So let's talk about flipping properties and why I think wholesaling is a better strategy than flipping. Flipping properties is getting a house in a bad shape or that it needs repairs with a deep enough discount that you can cover all your repairs and expenses like closing costs and then be able to sell it in the market for a profit. Flippers have seen great business in this market because everyone for some reason is just looking to purchase a home right now. This has also been great for wholesalers because now that demand is really high, flippers are really thirsty for deals. So you might wonder, Diego, if the market is so hot and some flippers are making $70,000, $100,000 in profits, so why would I settle with a $20,000 wholesale fee where I can flip the house? And it really boils down to time. You see, as a real estate investor and as a human, your time is the most valuable asset that you have. So think about it. Flipping a house from first closing to the sale of the renovated property can take anywhere between 2 to 5 months. It will depend how big of a flip you're doing. Wholesaling, on the other hand, you can see half of your money at least in a week or 2. So let's use a real life example from a deal I wholesale to one of our beloved investors in the group. This is a single family house in Stratford, Ontario. I agreed with the seller to a price of $220,000. He was happy with that. And from the moment that he gave me the call to the moment I signed the deal, it was 4 days. So I sent the flyers, he called me, we scheduled a walkthrough, and after doing the walkthrough and building rapport, he gave me his price. I counter offered him and he accepted. I sent the contract and then he signed. And as soon as I had the sales sheet for the property, I reached out to an investor that actively flips in Stratford. We did a walkthrough and he loved the house, so he took the contract for $250,000. That represented a $30,000 fee for me. The closing date for this property was October 19th, if I'm not wrong, and then he invested around $80,000 in the house, basically gutted the whole thing, rebuilt it from the inside, added another huge bathroom and bedroom, so basically from a 2-bed, 1-bath house, it became a 3-bed, 2-bath, open concept, really nice. And he just recently sold it in March for a whooping $514,000. So he was in $250 plus $80 in renos plus closing costs and let's say $20,000 in holding costs, all in $380. That means he had a profit of around $130,000. Not bad, eh? But like Shahir would say, the thing is, it took the investor $380,000 in 5 months to generate $130,000. Which is an ROI of around 34%. In any business, this is an amazing return of investment. Now, for me, it only took me around $2,000 and a week to generate $30,000, which means I had an ROI of 1,500%, a little bit better, don't you think? The best part is that the only expense that I had was kind of the post and the printingship. I did not have to manage contractors, project managers, renovations, or anything. So all I did was flip the paper. So the way we do our assignment fee is that as soon as the investor agrees, we send the paperwork to assign the contract to them. And the investor needs to pay 50% of the assignment fee upfront, and then the rest is paid on closing. So now we have secured the money and can continue to market to the cities to get more contracts. You see, if you're just starting in the real estate game, Matt already has said several times on his videos that the best way to do it is by wholesaling. You will have to learn what your buyers, investors are looking for, what is the strategy and the price range that works for them. You will need to learn about zoning, how to find the best comparables, the properties that you're negotiating. You will definitely need to learn the art of negotiation, how to build rapport, and find out why the sellers are really looking to sell. Once you have mastered wholesaling, you can easily transition to another real estate investing strategy. So let's talk about some pros and cons about flipping and wholesaling. Let's start with flips. Some pros about flips is if you find a good deal, then your ROI on your money can be huge. Potentially a safer investment, unlike the stock market. Real estate markets are always more stable and predictable. You can increase your network. You will create many new contacts in the industry. Realtors, attorneys, contractors, building inspectors, insurance and mortgage brokers, etc. You will develop buyers' insights and will understand your local market, what buyers are looking for, and what areas they're looking for. Now let's talk about some cons of flipping. Capital gains. Flipping is considered an active income, so every profit you make from a flip will get taxed more than if you buy and hold the property. Holding costs. This is something a lot of investors forget, and holding costs can really make a dent on your profits if you do not flip the property in a timely manner. Unanticipated expenses. Sometimes it happens that when you're doing renovations, you can find an unexpected expense. For example, if you find mold or asbestos, flipping the property can take anywhere between 2 to 6 months. And of course, stress is a big drawback of real estate flipping. Finding the right property, properly anticipating costs involved, finding the right financing, finding a potential buyer, meeting deadlines, dealing with contractors, etc. Now that we have covered flipping, let's go right into the pros and cons about wholesaling. Pros about wholesaling. It is fast. Time is on your side on this strategy. Flipping paper is way easier and faster than flipping a whole property. No money required to tie up the property. Your only real expenses are legal fees and your marketing. You can learn about the whole real estate industry. A good wholesaler will know what property is good for. Maybe it is good for flipping, or maybe it's a duplex conversion or buy and hold. If the rental makes sense and it gives cash flow. You can earn a large sum of money in a short time frame. And some cons: buyers compared to flipping, your buyers will probably not retail buyers. So you will have to create relationship with investors to be able to sell your deals. The income can be unpredictable. Wholesaling is not a 9-to-5 job. It's a 24/7 job. There may be months when you have income coming and there's months that you don't. When you start wholesaling, you're responsible of being consistent and diligent with your finances until you have completed your first assignments and they have closed and you actually have the money in your bank. There's a negative stigma from bad wholesalers. Some people get into wholesaling without learning the ropes first, and they do unethical things which end up shining a bad light on wholesalers in general. So now you know the pros and cons of each strategy. Something they both have in common is that they are both active income. So you have to constantly be looking for deals to keep making money. The reason I prefer wholesaling is because it's something that you can always do no matter the market we're at. If the market shifts from a seller's market to a buyer's market, flipping might not be the best strategy. Then you might have to shift to a buy and hold strategy. Meanwhile, wholesaling works in any market. And of course, my favorite part is that you can make thousands of dollars by just flipping contracts. And it's in a relatively short time. Also, like we already said, your expenses are really just marketing and legal fees and the time you spend on each deal. A good marketing campaign can be $4,000, and from there you can generate $40, $50, or $100,000, giving you a better ROI on your time and your money. Hope this video has helped you guys. If you guys haven't done it, I would deeply recommend you to subscribe to Cashflow Tribe and to this channel. There you can find the best training for Canada's real estate investing video. In the next video, I'll be talking about reverse wholesaling and how this is the best and easiest way to become a wholesaler. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. And if you want to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram as Diego Deals.
Thanks again to Diego for taking the time to shoot today's video. If you guys got value from the video, smash the like button, hit subscribe. And as I mentioned, Diego's actually from my wholesale team where we list all our private deals. So if you're interested in finding private deals in Canada, definitely go hit the link down below, subscribe, and essentially see what deals our wholesale team gets on the regular weekly basis.